I have had over 22,000 orders for this product type on Etsy, and I honestly still cannot believe it. Hi, my name is Emily. I'm a mom of two and multi six figure Etsy print on demand seller, and I love helping others start, grow, and scale their own Etsy print on demand shops. In today's video, I am sitting down with Julie from Gold City Ventures to break down exactly how I sold over 22,000 of this product type. And no, I am not gatekeeping any secrets here. So, what is that product type? It's print on demand candles. Yes, and this was never part of the plan. I really never expected to start selling candles on Etsy, but I'll share a little bit about why that happened and how it's gotten me to this point in my Etsy shop. But before we jump into this interview, one thing I wanted to share with you, because honesty is incredibly important for me on this channel, is that in today's interview, I mentioned that I have sold over 8,000 candles. And correction, it's actually 22,000 candles. Never said math was my strong suit, friends, but I had to pull all of these numbers in more detail. And I realized that actually I've sold over 22,000 candles. So anytime you hear that in today's video, please disregard. And honestly, I just genuinely couldn't believe that number was even real. And I'm so excited to break down with you how to make sales with candles on Etsy, why they are one of my favorite beginner products, and where to get started today. So here's my interview with Julie from Gold City Ventures.
Welcome to another episode of the Crickets to Cha-Ching's podcast by Gold City Ventures. I'm Julie Berninger, and I'm here with Emily Odio-Sutton, who is our expert at print on demand. She is the creator of the Gift Lab course for print on demand, as well as her Gift Lab community that's on School. Welcome, Emily.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited about this topic today because I think we realized while diving into the numbers yesterday that you have sold over 8,000 candles on Etsy. Is that right?
Yes. And I still honestly, that number, when I was pulling the data and the numbers, I was mind blown because I just couldn't believe that that was actually the case. But yes, candles have been my top selling product over the last 3 years.
I love that. And I know when I first started thinking about Etsy shops and print on demand, I was thinking t-shirts and sweatshirts and tank tops, but turns out that candles are where it's at. So we're going to dive into some 3 tips and trends for anyone that's looking to get into selling candles. So I'll have you kind of go right into what you have prepared for your first one.
Absolutely. So, the first thing that I like to share about candles, which is honestly my favorite thing, is that design should be simple. And for me, I'm somebody who comes from a background with zero design experience. I was in education. I had maybe designed like a PowerPoint slide deck previously, but I had never designed anything. So when I started with t-shirts, I was really learning design and how to create these trendy designs. And it was taking me a while to get some traction there. And I kind of stumbled across the idea of selling candles. And what I loved so much about it is that I could really connect with customers with words as opposed to visuals. So with candles, the key is simple sells and keeping it very text based. So I was looking at my numbers, and pretty much all of my designs that have sold, I should say all of my candle designs, are primarily text on a label and typically black and white. It's very, very simple. And you're connecting with the customers with those words as opposed to trends or graphics. And that is something that I love about it. And it's definitely what I talk about a lot in the Gift Lab and in the Gift Lab community, is how, even if you don't have that design experience, what works on candles is perfect for someone coming in with limited design background.
Right. And you can get sales and get confidence before you start going into some of the other products that maybe require more graphic selection, maybe different font patterns. Do you find that on the text-based designs, is it typically the same font that you would use for the whole design? Or do you tend to see maybe there's one main font and then there's something else a little jazzy with a different font?
Yeah, that's funny that actually, if you don't mind, that kind of segues into the second tip that I have, which is using templates, meaning using a consistent design style. So the same font, the same label design for multiple products, and just changing out the words. I find that there's different fonts that do really well, but what I would say is something that's bold minimalist, that's easy to read when someone is scrolling Etsy on their phone or scrolling on their computer, because the candle labels are a little bit smaller. So you want to have text on there that can really pop and stand out. As I mentioned before, black text does really well, or a black label with white text does really well. But when you're designing, don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel every single time you sit down to design. You can use the same, design template, the same kind of similar wording, but just replacing it for different niches or customers or occasions. And so that's what I really like about it is that design template mixed with really simple but bold, easy to read fonts.
That makes sense. No, got curious when you mentioned the black background with the white text. Do you have an idea, and even if you don't have the exact numbers, would you say it's like 50-50 white background with black text, or is the black text background trending up more, or is that more of like a smaller thing? Because I haven't seen that as much.
I've had a pretty even split on what sells. One of my best-selling candles ever is black background with white text. I think it may depend on kind of who your customer is and who you're targeting with that. I would say for me, generally, the lighter background with the black text outperforms the black label with the white text,
Mhm.
but I have had, again, many successful candles. I was looking at one today that's a graduation candle that's a bestseller on Etsy when I was doing some research, several of those, but one of them really stood out and it had a black label with white text. So I think it just kind of depends. Um, I would say thinking about who your customer is, like if you're targeting maybe more female customers or a certain population, they might like lighter text, a little bit more minimalist. I found that this is odd, but candles that sometimes have more of they use like curse words or like have a funny edge to them. Sometimes I see a lot of those, like mine that sold was in that vein and it had a black background with white text, which might appeal to more gender neutral audience. So it really just depends. But I would say for me, it's been a good split, giving the edge to the light background with the black text.
That actually makes me laugh. Like an edgier person is buying the funnier candle, and they like a little color. They don't necessarily want the minimalist background.
Exactly.
So I love hearing that. And I do think that people will wanna know at home. So if they're getting started though, would you say probably just stick with the white background
Yeah,
for
if
now?
you're getting started, I always recommend just a super simple start with a light or white background. I usually say white or maybe just a slightly off white color. Doesn't have to be stark white, but maybe just a little bit leaning into like ivory or that color with a black or dark, dark, dark gray text. So you want something that there's high contrast so that when someone scrolls, it's super easy for them to read. And that's where I would start if you're just diving into candles.
Okay, that makes sense. And I'm glad that we mentioned this because my dad recently retired, and he was talking about ways to make extra money, and of course, Etsy is going to come up at the dinner table, and he was asking me a bunch of questions, and I when he was wondering sort of where to get started, I was giving him different ideas, and he seemed interested in print on demand, and particularly the idea of the candle the most, just because he's never done any type of graphic design, and I kind of sold it to him as you could be making text labels. So I'm glad to hear as someone that sold 8,000 of them that it pans out that for someone just getting started, that's sort of a great intro into the POD as they call it world. So we talked a little bit about okay, what should the designs look like, what colors to use. Turns out not that many colors, not that many icons and stuff on it for now. For the third thing, you mentioned who the customer is. Can you maybe just share a little bit more about why people are buying the candles from you at all?
Again, you connect in that text based way. But what you do is you have to really learn how to speak the customer's language because when someone sees a candle that speaks directly to them, whether it's in a funny way, a satirical way, a sympathetic way, a positive way, they want to feel like, oh, this was made for me or the person that they're gifting it to. So for example, I can share in the nurse niche, funny candles are key, and a lot of the funny candles are things that I would not understand as someone who's not a nurse, but they use funny lingo, language, things that only fellow nurses would understand. And so you really connect in that way with them, and they think, "Oh my gosh, so and so would find this hilarious," or, "Oh, this would be a great gift for someone who's graduating," or whatever it might be. And so it's really connecting in that way. And my third, tip or a thing that I wanted to share about candles is the niche. I looked at the niche that has sold the most for me with candles, and it is the professions niche. And so there are a lot of gifts being given in this niche of kind of coworker gifts, graduation, career gifts, promotions, retirements, everything that kind of falls into that professions. And I think what's really important too is thinking about who is that specific person that you're selling to. So I gave you the example of the nurse. You don't want something generic. You want something that really that person will understand and resonate with. There's a few things I've done because again, I'm not a nurse, right? So how do you sell in some of these careers and professions where you might not know? A few quick things that I've done. Number one, I've used ChatGPT to help me generate ideas like funny language that's insider language with that, profession or career. I've also gone on Google and typed in nurse memes or, things like that, dentist memes, looking for different funny jokes or things that I can lean on and just researching what does that audience think is funny or what would connect with them, and then you add that to your label. Not everything has to be a joke, not everything has to be insider language, but it does help kind of give you an extra boost in that way.
I love that. I'm just thinking I have a friend that's a pharmacist,
Yes.
and I hear a lot about things that happen in the pharmacy from her, various things, people, stuff that happens. So I'm like, oh, that this could be a fun conversation for us to have about what what type of jokes they have, gifts that she's giving or getting from people, staff gifts, things like that. So it's get my wheels churning of what
Yes.
I could possibly do there. So even if you don't have the experience, maybe you have a friend or something,
Yeah.
or you can just use, like you mentioned, just good old Chat GPT,
Mm.
Google Gemini, something to help spitball ideas back and forth.
Yep.
Okay, so those three tips make a lot of sense to me. I think people listening may have a question, and if they don't have this question when they try to sell it on Etsy, they will. Let's say that they're attempting candles for the same niche. Like let's pick a nurse niche, for example. They heard that white backgrounds do well, but you could try a black background, or you could do this funny phrase or this, but then they might get confused. Well, I have four different candles that are kind of the same. Like, should I make a black background version and a white and name it the same thing? Or do you have any thoughts on that? Because I think the variations could get a little crazy and out of control, and maybe that's a good thing. But I think that might be something interesting to clear up.
Yeah, I mean, I am a big fan of testing. I'm a big fan of experimenting. So I have done that where I've listed the same kind of label and text on a white label and a black label and seen what has done better. I've tried that. I also usually recommend to newer sellers or those that are coming into candles, you know, don't just make one nurse candle and then move on. You can try a funny one. You could try a more straightforward design. You could try a more, nurse appreciation style candle or approach. So there's a lot of different avenues you can go. I don't think you have to do 30 candles in the nurse niche by any means, but I do think it's worth it to do a little testing to see with both your design and with the approach that you're taking for the candle and see which one resonates best with the buyers.
That makes sense. And I know because I've audited the Gift Lab course, Emily and I work together on that through our partnership, that you have many, many Canva candle templates in there. So if anyone's like, well, that sounds simple enough, you probably could use a template and get started here fairly quickly. So we do have, if someone wanted to learn more, we have a webinar coming up that's going to be with you and another one of our coaches, Courtney, who also sells print on demand. And together you're going to be doing a little duo session on Wednesday, April 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you sign up, we're going to put the link below. You can register ahead of time so that you get the emails and the reminders and you can show up. There's a little bit more to this than we're describing here. So Emily's going to walk you through that. And if you could just tell us a little more of like what type of content you're going to be talking about in the webinar so people can see what they'll get.
Yeah, so Courtney and I have both been selling in kind of the events and party niche on Etsy, which right now, some of those big upcoming events and parties that are coming up are things like graduation parties, which fall into this kind of professions world. We have baby showers, bridal showers, birthday parties, things like that. And we're going to talk about how selling in that niche with gift products or party decor products, things like favors, things like that have really grown our shops in great ways. So we're going to be diving into why that niche is so powerful on Etsy and what's actually working in that space right now.
Okay, cool. And I forgot to mention that this is a free webinar.
Yes, free.
And it will be meaty with a lot of good information. It'll be a lot of fun. And I know you two are great presenters. And Courtney used to be a journalist on TV. So she is another great person to have on camera. She'll make it super lively. It'll be a great time. So everyone can click the link below, whether you're watching on YouTube or the podcast, and register for that. It's going to be awesome. So Emily, thank you so much. I just want to mention, we didn't talk about this, but you're on the road to 1 million sales on Etsy this year. I think you said you were at 880,000 in revenue total. Does that include both your print on demand and your digital shop?
So that's just print on demand. So I'm getting closer to 900,000, which should happen soon-ish. And then, yeah, I envision it's going to happen probably in the next few months, which is wild to think about, but super exciting.
That's good to know. And also to clarify, yes, Emily, she started pretty recently to be selling that much, but we still have students that are starting in 2026. Courtney is a little bit of a newer seller. I think she started about a year ago. And we have people that are coming in, and it's not like you sold all these candles back years ago. Like you're still selling candles. Every month you're selling thousands of dollars worth of POD product.
Yes.
So it can be done this year. It's not like something that the heyday of candles has passed. People are still selling candles
Yes, absolutely.
and other things.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were doing research yesterday in our Gift Lab community coaching call on some candles, and it's amazing the newer shops that are out there that are absolutely rocking it right now, and they've just started within the past year or so selling candles, so it's absolutely possible.
I love that. This is making me want to call my dad and be like, "Dad, get over here. You're watching TV all day now." Because he got hurt. He can't play golf. So like,
Yeah,
get
let's
over here. We're gonna
put them to good use.
make some candles. Because I Etsy is more fun when you do it with somebody. So maybe someone listening, they need the motivation to have someone in their real life.
Yep.
Whether they're roping along a parent or a niece or friend or whoever.
Yep.
Sometimes it can be fun. Do you have anyone that you can talk about in person with this?
Not really. My my mom is the only person that helps me in my shop. So her and I will chat about it, just about, things we're both seeing or customer questions, things like that. So that's really it. But I have made some good friends in the POD space, and so that's been fun. So we'll text or hop on Zoom, that kind of thing, to chat about, what we're seeing with print on demand, which is nice.
And I guess that's the purpose of the school community, right? It's that
Yes.
many of us, we don't have that in-person person to talk about this with. So
Yes.
you might as well virtually, we'll all connect in there and we're all
Exactly.
in that community too. So anyways, thank you, Emily. I'm so excited. So Wednesday, April 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and get on the email list. There'll be exciting opportunities, bonuses, things like that for the people that attend live. But if you do get your email on there, then we'll email it out because I know we'll have people from other time zones watching this that want to be part of it. So thanks, Emily. And I hope that you all listen and give candles a try because it sounds really exciting. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you all.